we have something going on with women right now that I think is really, really important. And I was talking to this nurse about this, what she's seeing, what she's experiencing. She said to me, Sarah, it's never, ever, ever the men. And these are stress-induced illnesses. And the woman would say, but I'm not under stress. And then it was this breakdown. How many people are you taking care of? Well, I have 3 kids. What do you do for them on a daily basis? Well, I make their breakfast, I get them to school, I clean while they're gone, and then I have my own business. Then I got to get dinner done, and then I've got to get this taken care of. And at the end of this list, this woman who's not stressed, right? The question is, what do you do for yourself? And without fail, what she's seen is that these women burst into tears and say, I don't know how. Now, I talk about how during 2020, women were the shock absorbers of society. You guys know we lost 140,000 jobs in the United States in December. Do you know how many of those jobs were lost by women? 100% of those jobs were lost by women. 100%. And so what we're seeing inside of hospitals, you guys, this is crazy. Mini strokes, like consistent mini strokes in these women, and something that looks almost like seizures. And I was talking to this nurse about this, what she's seeing, what she's experiencing. She said to me, Sarah, it's never, ever, ever the men. And these are stress-induced illnesses. Stress-induced illnesses, you guys. That is exactly what these are. Sometimes it's proper eating, absolutely. Sometimes it's lack of exercise, sure. But those things tend to really come in when we're really stressed, right? When we're really busy, when we're taking care of everyone else, we don't take care of our bodies as well as we could. And so what we're seeing is these women are literally ending up in the hospital because they're being the shock absorbers of society. Now, I would hope anybody listening to my voice right now, you guys are running your own businesses, you're probably at home. And how we work on this with you is, I want to look at where you are consistently putting other people's needs ahead of your own. Now, if you're a woman, that's going to be almost all day, every day. Why is that the case? Why is that the case? You guys have heard me talk about this before. It's because we're trained to do that. We're trained from a very young age to make sure everybody else's needs are met. Oh, well, women have to take care of everything. If we don't take care of it, then it doesn't get taken care of. Yeah, if we don't undo this training, it's going to stay the way that it is. Why? Because we're the shock absorbers. And it's very convenient for the rest of society if we continue to do what we've always done. I really want to break this trend for us. I really want to give you permission to empower the people around you to take care of themselves. And that's scary for us. So you see how I just flipped that? I just gave us 100% responsibility in the face of this. Not fault, not blame, responsibility. Meaning we can change it. What I'm saying is we have 100% responsibility in that we can ask for help or empower other people to do things. So it is going to be up to us. Is that fair? Probably not, but that's the deal. And we can whine about the fact that it's not fair, or we can get up and do something about it. I prefer the latter. So here's what I've done. I'm just sharing for my family. I'm not saying I'm a role model on this, okay? Like heaven knows I have my issues, but they do their own laundry. They put their own laundry away. They're 100% responsible, right? It's like those little things. Now, where I still have work to do is if I don't tell people where things are, they apparently can't find them. So I brought everybody into the storage room. I said, here's this, here's this, here's where this is, here's where this is. Don't ask me anymore. Come down here and find it. And you put it back where you found it. And that's what I mean by, it's like little baby steps, you guys. I know this must sound so stupid, but as I listen to my friend who's the nurse walk women through this, where they're like, what you have right now, the condition you have that has you in this hospital bed is stress induced. And the woman would say, but I'm not under stress. And then it was this breakdown. How many people are you taking care of? Well, I have 3 kids. What do you do for them on a daily basis? Well, I make their breakfast, I get them to school, I clean while they're gone, and then I have my own business. Then I got to get dinner done, and then I've got to get this taken care of. And at the end of this list, this woman who's not stressed, right? The question is, what do you do for yourself? And without fail, what she's seen is that these women burst into tears and say, I don't know how. I don't know how to take care of myself. I don't know what to do for me. I don't even know what I like anymore. And the idea behind that, you guys, is that if you get women to control themselves and each other, you don't have to control them. We're seeing the rise of how powerful we are. You guys, if there weren't 2 million women who left the workforce, if that hadn't happened, what state would we be in now? Now, it's fine that we do this if it's what we choose to do, but I don't want anyone who can hear my voice to do it by default. I don't want anyone hearing my voice to do it because of training. I don't want you choosing to do this because of those moments. Microaggressions over time building up, telling you that the only way you can be a real woman is if you're truly selfless. Selfless. Lose yourself so that you end up in a hospital bed crying because you don't even know what you like anymore. Now, what the hell does all this have to do with running a business, Sarah? You know exactly what this has to do with running your business successfully. You cannot do this if you don't know what makes you happy. You cannot do this if you don't remember why you're doing it in the first place. You cannot do this if you're leading with service to the point that you forget who you are. And you guys know that's what I dealt with all of last month. I was so busy working to get the word out because it's so important to me. I forgot to pay attention to me. And my body, my mind, my emotions, my spirit, my soul were screaming, not this way, Sarah. And it took me a full month to go, oh, I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, did you say something? Right, because we've all been trained, you guys. I'm not immune to it either. None of us are. Right, so you've got to, as you're building your business, you've got to take the time to step back and say, what's going to make me happy? How can I deliver this out into the world in a way that's going to fill me up as much as it fills up those that it helps? For this month, I really want you guys to start to be aware. And I hope this year, this great pause has helped you see where you do have more control than you thought, but also where you're allowing others to take control from you because you're just letting it run. Right? Like, we don't want that anymore. This is about the steps you can take to get back in control, not control everyone else, but to remember that you have some say in how you allow other people to treat you and in how you empower others to not need you so much. While leading with service is always great, I want you to start to just check in and say, am I doing this for me? Am I doing this because I need to feel needed? And is it actually serving them? Right? Because we don't want to lead with service when it's selfish, because that's about us. That's about us wanting to feel needed, wanting to feel wanted, right? It's not actually about furthering their lives. Listen, you guys, I have 2 autoimmune diseases. There are days where my body really hurts. I can crawl up in a ball and want to cry. Sometimes I do. This blows. I don't want this to be going this way, right? So there's telling the truth about that, going, listen, I'm dealing with something right now and it really hurts. It's really hard. And now I do XYZ. Do you get that? That's telling the truth. That's not running from it or hiding from it or pretending it's not there, but it's also not being a victim of it. And I think this victim piece is part of that. You guys can listen to the podcast episode number 38, where I talk about that and really see where you can take back some of that control. And it doesn't mean people didn't hurt you. And it doesn't mean that what happened wasn't real. And it doesn't mean you don't have physical ailments. We do, right? So we acknowledge them. We go, oh, this hurts right now. This really is uncomfortable. This sucks. And I took the victimhood out the day that I said, never again. This gets no more minutes in my life. This gets no more minutes in my life. As women, there's more than one way to go through this. Whether it's pain, whether it's putting yourself last all the time, whether you have ended up in a hospital, right? Where you're like, how the hell did this happen? I didn't know I was this stressed out. Stand up for yourself. And that doesn't mean, you guys, as a warrior, you have to knock everyone out of your way. This is about a constant check-in for us. We get to do warrior like women. We get to do this and be exquisitely powerful in each of our own ways. Every single one of you has your own way to be powerful, to be your warrior, and you don't have to do it like anyone else. And the only way for us to really handle that is to check in, is to stop the noise and ask ourselves, what can we do to empower other people around us so that they are our shoulder-to-shoulder peers, even our children, right? The same with our business. Who are we empowering to support the business? Spouses, children, consultants, freelancers. I want to recognize that every single day we are presented with these choices. And by choices, I mean our responses. Those are the choices we have. You have the power to choose every single day, all day long, how well you're going to take care of yourself. Choose wisely and don't be selfless. You can put yourself first. It's all good.